Hello there, and welcome to Dharma Science Radio. My name is Ian, and today we'll be listening to Ra speak about the projector. So let's get to it.
But you see, when I meet a projector, I meet somebody who's got a camera on me. I'm suddenly very aware that there is another human being there. I mean, very aware. I cannot avoid it. As a matter of fact, it is almost, because it's not really, almost uncomfortable. And it's almost uncomfortable because I'm a manifester. So I've got this repelling aura and there's this thing trying to bang into me. You know, I've learned to live with the generator field because it's not personal. So I can just sort of move my way through that energy. But you see, the projector is the most personal being we have. I mean, there's nothing more personal than a projector. You see, if you're a projector and you're in a room with two people, you've already created an enemy. Think about that. Because it's the great projector truth. You're a projector, you're in a room with two people, one of them is going to be very upset. And they're going to be very upset because all you can ever do is put your energy into one person at a time. It's all you're capable of. As a matter of fact, while you're pointing all your energy at that one person, the other person is thinking, what a miserable person that is. They totally ignored me. See, because when a generator is in a room with 78,000 people, it's all okay. Everybody's happy with them, you know? They're part of the crowd. But a projector? No. One at a time. And of course, this is their power, and at the same time, this is what's so disturbing about them.
So the projector is the newest of the 4 fundamental human design types. The projector was first born in the year 1781 when the 9-centered human evolution occurred. And this evolution has a lot to do with our rightness, which doesn't simply mean right and wrong. This is right from left. This is rightness as in receptivity. This is something that is able to store more information than it's able to access on its own, and actually needs others to pull from it for the information to be of value. This is a fundamental piece of our human nature as 9-centered beings, is that we have intelligence hidden within us that other people have to pull out from us, that we can't necessarily pull it all out from ourselves for our own strategic benefit, especially with the right tonal fixing receptive personalities. And so another thing that came alongside the evolution of the projector is this evolution of recognition, this ability to really see something in a new light, to see something in a different order of things so that it can be recognized as part of a bigger and better picture. And this is the nature of the projector, is that the projector has the ability to see things more sharply than the other, one person at a time, and then to be able to have the other pull it from them on a homogenized basic level, is that the projector is here to wait for the invitation. You know, they're here to wait for recognition from the other, which means the other has seen the projector, and when you've been seen, it means they're ready to hear what you have to say. And that's why the value of waiting for recognition and waiting for invitation allows the projectors to share their wisdom in a good way. Because as Ross said, this nature can be very disturbing. The projector is very personal. It is literally seeing into the essence of your soul. The projector is seeing into the core of who you are and how reality is orchestrated around you by your magnetic monopole. And if you're able to recognize a projector and you value what they have to say, then you can ask them for their perspective and receive some genuine guidance, receive some genuine wisdom. And a notice on this nature of, if you're in a room with two other people, you've immediately got an enemy. You know, this is the nature of the not self, and this is the power of Ra's fifth line universalizing method of communication. So the nature of the projector is seeing into the essence of another person. Very personal, it's one-on-one. And so if there's another person around and they're not receiving the attention that you can give as a projector, then they might feel bitter or frustrated or disappointed or angry at the fact that they're not receiving the excellent quality of seeing and recognition and attention that you can give as a projector. No one else can see as deeply into another person as the projector. And so the others that aren't receiving that direct care and attention might be upset about that. And so that's the nature of the not-self, is that anything that can upset me is going to upset me because I have any number of reasons I can pull from to make up why I'm upset. You know, I'm upset because it's snowing outside. I'm upset because it's cold. I'm upset because I don't have everything I'd ever want in this exact moment. When the reality is, if you try to imagine having every single thing you'd ever want right now, that'd almost be like, instead of jumping into the pool and enjoying the water, that's a little bit more like the entire pool's worth of water suddenly falling on your head. You know, that can be a death sentence. So this nature of being a projector, if you find yourself with that chart, then I suggest honoring your own alone time, really honoring the time you have without the aura of another person around you. And then from that point of really honoring your own auric space, because as an undefined sacral center being, there is a very, 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 very pervasive energy called life force that your mind can amplify. And until you learn to see amplification from genuine energy movement, chaos, especially if you've got a bunch of people around you and you're trying to work with all of them. And so the importance here is to have those people that you care about, to be able to spend quality time with one person at a time so that they can truly feel the depth of care that you're able to provide, the depth of attention that you're able to provide. To wait for those people who care about what you have to say. You know, I mean, you can share a little bit of your perspective and see how it lands, and if they don't like it, well, maybe don't share so much with them anymore. Maybe they don't care about what's really inside you. And that's what I love so much about human design, is that we have this authority mechanism that allows us to actually determine who is correct for us in this life and who is not, who you are better off letting go of and who you are better off running away from. And so you don't have to spend so much time engrossing and amplifying the energies of people that are ultimately bad for you, and they will be bad for you forever. And with the knowledge of your own inner authority as a projector, regardless of whatever inner authority mechanism that happens to be, you can learn who's good for you, who's right for you, what people feel truly correct.
Because you see, most of the world is not projector. 80%. A little over 5 billion people on the planet who are not projectors, you know? And the vast majority of those 5 billion are energy types. And the projector seems to be some kind of bizarre, singularly focused parasite. I mean, I know all of us who don't have a sacral, we're all parasites. You know, I understand that. I mean, we live off the generator life, you know, this is us. But you see, with the projector, it's so one at a time. See, the projector aura, it literally burrows in. And where it goes is that it's aimed right at your G center. You know? I mean, it's not like it's holding the gun in the air. You know? It's pointing it right at you. And it's not like it's ever going to take it away unless you leave that aura. You can't. The only people who really, truly love projectors, and I mean this, are people with undefined throats. See, people with undefined throats as not self, all they ever want is to attract attention. All they need is a projector. And they feel absolutely fantastic. This person is only thinking about me. They're only focused on me. There's 8 million people in this room and they don't even see them. They're only here for me. People with undefined throats are suckers for projectors. I mean, they'll give you anything, eh? Literally, for the attention. I mean, the not-self is a rather sick thing, after all. But you see, it is this power. And then there's the dilemma. It is always a dilemma. There's no energy. I mean, there's no energy. They're a non-energy type. Projectors are a non-energy type. See, this week I'm talking about signatures. Signature is the kind of holy grail of type. You know, you get out of the garbage can of not self-theme, the deep, deep bitterness of the projector. I'm bitter that the sun's not shining, the bitterness that's there. And at the other end of that holy grail is success. Success? See, a generator can go from frustration to satisfaction at the speed of light. Like that. No projector gets success like that. They're non-energy type. It's not like they have the capacity inherent in themselves. They don't. They don't.
Parasites, parasites, parasites. How dare you take my energy? I'm just kidding. You know it. Because you see, the nature of what it means to be a non-sacral being is that there's a totally different relationship with life force. You see, as a generator, I have a fixed relationship with my own life force energy. My body has a yes or a no built in within it to everything. And it's changing over time, and all I got to do is trust it. And in doing so, I will do my work, I will exhaust myself, I will sleep at night, that I can wake up in the morning and be ready to explore my own satisfaction again for a new day. Whereas for the projector, it's a very different mechanism. There is not a continuous yes, no, forward, back system guiding the body. However, there is the truth of the matter. There is the fact that they are alive, and there is innate intelligence within every single cell of the body. And when you learn your inner authority, you learn how to make decisions in a much more profound way. And you learn how to see decisions being made, which might even be more accurate to say. The vanity of the mind is that we get identified with our thoughts. We think we are the one who is doing the thinking, and then we decide from there. However, the fact of the matter is, based on human design, our claim is that the thinking is not you doing the thinking so much as it is the program of survival that has allowed our species to evolve and dominate this planet over millennia is what is conjuring up all this thinking. Because it was the survival program, There wasn't so much awareness in the past to conceptualize things, to give words to things, to create plans. This is a modern endeavor, relatively speaking, evolutionarily on the entire planet. The bees can be so incredibly organized. The birds can fly overhead in a V shape following each other. They know when and where to go, and yet they don't have to talk about it. Whereas us, for humans, we talk about these things, we communicate things, we give ideas, words, and then we give those words to another person and hope they get the same idea, and then we're on the same page and we work together for that goal. And so what the projector does is they enable that on a whole new order. Because you're not simply parasites. That's in the not-self. In the not-self, wherein we get the worst of everything, even the exaltations. We find the worst of it. We suffer our blessings. In the true self, in the signature frequency, in the genuine vibration of life, we have satisfaction, we have success, we have peace, and we have surprise. The nature of what it means to be a human being is that we are satisfied by our success. And it is surprising how peaceful it is. The reason projectors aren't parasites, in my perspective, is because a genuine projector has the capacity to see who you are as a generator, to see into your energy, and to ask the right question at the right moment, to suddenly shift your world. Oh, I hadn't thought about it that way. I didn't know it could be like that. I thought I had to go on and on and on this way. And then you ask that question, and all of a sudden, it's plain as day, there's a totally different thing happening here now. And that's the real blessing of what a projector can give to a generator when we're trusting ourselves here. Because when we're not trusting ourselves, then we have the bitterness of the projector of, oh, you should really do better because of blah, 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 blah. And it's the wrong time, it's the wrong person, it's the wrong place, it's the wrong way, it doesn't land, and now the projector's the bad guy. Because they didn't trust, they didn't study, they didn't wait for the timing. You see, like as Ross said, as generators, we simply trust our satisfaction. Feels good? Okay, great. Feels frustrating? I don't know about that. Projectors have a different mechanism. It's over a longer time span. On the most fundamental level, studying human design is perhaps the most valuable thing a projector can ever do. And failing that, which isn't truly a failure, because I believe there are projectors who won't be interested in human design and they will do something else and they'll do it very well. And so if you're a projector and you don't care so much about human design, I'm sure there's some other system you do care about. Some other method of understanding life and the way we interact with each other that makes sense to you. And so long as you find something where you can really understand, where you can really see what's going on, you can dance on the waters of life and become a master in some subject, in some system, and really understand what's going on from that perspective. Then as a projector, you have the capacity to take that perspective and to be real with another human being in life, and then you will see how accurate and effective that perspective is in helping this other person. And if you need to update the system, then so be it, because you can see the difference. You have that sharp eye as a projector. You have this capacity for recognition. And if you trust your inner authority, you'll have a chance to share it.
If you have enjoyed the show and would like to learn more about how all of this applies specifically to you, then kindly refer to the link in this video's description, Private Consultation. Here, we can dive into all of the details together in a recorded call. May your signature vibration of satisfaction, success, peace, and surprise find you in a good way.